Okay, apparently I'm live again. Let's see if I'll have everything set up the right way right away, right in the beginning. Well, apparently not, because I don't see an image on YouTube. Is there an image on YouTube? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, there is. Okay, can you hear me? Not because I don't see an image on YouTube. Is there an image on YouTube? Okay, the audio is still bad, at least. And it says something about my bitrate. Let's see what that means. Bitrate too low this time. Can't be. I set it right away. Let's have a look. Output stream. Bitrate is set to 2500. It shouldn't be below it. Maybe that's because of the CPU setting. Let's have a look and set it to super fast. Okay, I'm getting what OneNote tells me about the kilobits per second now. I just don't know why exactly it is below the recommended number. Is it because of internet issues or what? Hmm. 2600 now. Seems to be more stable. Okay, YouTube does not get enough video data. I wonder why that is. Let's have a look. Well, it should now, because on OBS it tells me that we have a good constant 2500 kilobits per second. Well, you're now telling me to use 4500. Okay, the stream quality is very good now. You're saying, okay. I'm still gonna turn this up to at least 3500. And apparently it was the CPU usage preset that I've set to ultra fast just for my laptop to cope better. Even though it's a Surface Pro 6 and I thought it would cope well, but apparently it doesn't. It's just gonna overheat. But yeah, anyways, let's see what this does. And the audio is still kind of terrible, but I think for a second stream now, the lighting is a little bit better. The shadows are a little softer. You know, I'm just having my lights, my main light thrown at the ceiling actually. So all we have here is fill lights. So it's not direct light, you know, it's very soft as you can see. And yeah, no modifiers, however. That's a little sad. I still need to set a description for my video. So yeah, messing around with my camera, laptop, and pen. Doing unannounced, announced, and spontaneous experimental streams at the moment to learn how it's done, and doing unannounced and spontaneous experimental streams at the moment. You can interact with me if you want, though. Doing unannounced and spontaneous experimental streams at the moment. You can interact with me if you want, though. Other than that, I'm just drawing away. You can interact with me if you want, though. I'll be doing whatever art I feel like. Doing unannounced and spontaneous experimental streams at the moment. You can interact with me if you want, though. Doing unannounced and spontaneous and experimental. Doing unannounced and experimental streams at the moment. You can interact if you want, though. At the moment. Experimental art streams at the moment. Where I draw whatever comes to my mind. Where I draw and study. Where I draw, study whatever comes to my mind. Oh, I think this interactive part, we can just leave it out. Doing unannounced and experimental art streams at the moment where I draw, study whatever comes to my mind. Okay, this is enough. All right. Then we're off. 6 minutes into a live stream and still struggling every time to get things ready. But here we are. Exposure is a little bit better this time. Audio is still the same. I haven't done any modifications as to last time. I'm sorry about that. But I hope at least the video side of things has gotten a little improved in contrast to last one. Stream seems to be fine. And looks like I did have two. No, wait, one of them must have been me, myself. But it looks like I had 2 views. Oh my god. Anyways, drawing. Well, it shouldn't be any special occasion anymore whenever I do art live streams. My goal is to do them so often that it becomes a habit and it motivates me to draw without music and without listening to headphones, you know, wearing headphones that distract me, and I don't know, being live, being there, being active, and maybe hopefully making this a habit. Just as last time, I'm going to use my sheets of blank traditional paper and my cheap, dumb pen that I just cannot empty. It's been months that I'm using this thing, and although I don't draw too much traditionally, I still have drawn many, many, many pages with it, and that dumb fucking thing just doesn't want to get empty, you know. It always works, so that's kind of fun, and it cost me nothing. I got it as a gift that I thought anyone else would have just thrown away, and I was like, nah, let's use this to draw. It's free real estate, you know, it's free. Just to show myself what I have been drawing up to this point, because it has been nearly half a month since the last live stream, or the first one, and I thought it wouldn't take that long until I did the next one, but yeah, here we are. So I did do some drawings in between, and I'm just going to show for the stream for myself what I've done in the meantime. So maybe just to show where I have ended last time in the live stream, was I think something like that, with like basic shapes and everything, and then there isn't much added. This is what I've done in the last stream, just to try to do Zale drawings, Tails, you know, the fox. And then after that, I did some bean practice, like the robo bean from Proco, because art fundamentals and everything, y'all, very important. And I tried to understand that more firmly. I did these octagons, or whatever they're called, in the last stream, trying to understand shape and volume and structure better. And I'm still on that mission, on that very same mission. So in the name of it, I have this page done with a lot more robo beans and then general shapes. I learned, which I wasn't realizing until now, well, until I drew it, from modern day James, watching his video, how a sphere was actually, how a sphere consists of 2 ellipses, which blew my mind. I never quite figured that out myself. So, and then also, I don't know, being confused about tilting and rotating at the same time with foreshortening. You know, like ellipses in it themselves are kind of hard to wrap your head around and really understand. Like fundamentally understand well, and twisting, we're not even going to talk about that, but I tried it too, because for the robo bean, and when it comes to figure drawing and chest, the chest doing its things, the human chest, along with the hips, can get literally can get very twisted. You can take that however you want, but it is literally twisted, and you need to learn that, how to draw twisting things, and that's the next step. And also, this is all I have to show you, actually, so I'm sorry about that. Not too much that I drew. It is because, in the meantime, I've started my new classes, degrees, degree, whatever thing, at university, so yeah, there's that. Oh, a whole different thing to talk about maybe during the stream. But yeah, I have done some things in my sketchbook that I take with me whenever I am outside in my university places and lunchtime or breaks, whatever. I'll use them to practice perspective. As you can see, practice that was 1 point perspective. That was at a building where I have my geography classes, my new ones, which I do actually kind of like. So far, this is the 4th week that I'm into my new and first semester. And yeah, 1 point perspective, I don't know, learning, still this thing about the center line and the cone of vision, I'm starting to understand it a little better. And I did this scene of my city. I don't know what you'd call it in English actually, but it's like Basel, and that's water, as you can see. That's a bridge. That's trees. That's 2 high towers we have there, and that's people sitting on the benches, waterside, chilling out. And it was a really nice day, and I am somewhat proud of this drawing because it kind of represents the progress I've been able to do perspective-wise. 2-point perspective, understanding, I don't know, just the scenery that I don't think I would have been able to do before I started all the studies in 2021, actually learning fundamentals. So that's cool. Done that. Silly sketches, I don't know, whatever. Went to the park and then drew things. A cat, that's very important. More cats. A bear, just to change things a little bit, shake them up. That's my car. See, I'm able to draw cars as well, which I wasn't at all before. So that's really cool, with perspective and everything. And yeah, even like some sort of views and villages and houses. And here's some gesture stuff, like with taking photography models like from Instagram and simply drawing them. And then yeah, that's what I did today. A deer in between, happily sketching away. And that's what we're going to do today as well. Just random things, whatever comes to my mind, to study and learn, to just continue my way with fundamentals, because I'm not doing it fast enough, and especially with my semester starting and all the other things I have to do, I want to try and keep a schedule where I do still draw at least, I don't know, maybe every second day, and keep on actively, deliberately studying things so I can improve still, despite everything. All right, enough talk, let's get to it. So, I will do what will I start with? This is Luca, in case you don't know, from the film Luca. So I'm going to continue that just to warm up a little bit, because I've been watching it again yesterday, a second watch through, and Luca movie, Luca. Let's draw the cute boy. I've been watching in Italian to learn Italian, and it hit different the second time, that movie. While it isn't one of my favorites, honestly, it is very appreciated for its slice of life aspect and how well they portrayed, an Italian place like this. So yeah, a picturesque, beautiful, tiny space. Where are the sea monsters though? I want some good references. Oh, this one looks fine. This one looks very fine. Oh my, look at the gesture. I love this one here. I haven't, as you can see, I haven't taken any personal screenshots myself of the film, which I need to do. But yeah, for now we're just going to contend with something like that, which looks great. I love that gesture, man. And generally, I think it's going to be a perfect drawing also to exercise with this mechanical thing, you know, a Vespa. Use shapes and everything, and it's going to be something I never did before. Let's just take a screenshot of it so I can get a little closer. Look how intelligent the photo app is, instantly recognizing the field. Alright, gallery, and here we go. That's it. Turn my phone. Okay, I'm gonna place this. In fact, what I should do is, for my next live stream as well, generally, take off my phone's case. My phone case. That should be better. Okay, then let's get drawing. Where do I put it? I intended to place it on this. How does it look for the stream? Kinda okay. Yeah. No. Just so everyone can see how I'm blatantly copying from the pictures, from the references. Have you sitting here, and then yeah, start drawing. Okay, this is just a warm-up. Gesture. So what I'm seeing here is, you know what, I'm just going to start right here, just to have all the space, because this drawing is complex and it deserves to have the space it needs. I'm seeing a nice C curve, just to start with. Let's try and do this in 30 seconds from now on. C curve, head goes up this way, and that's the neck, and then we have kind of like an S shape with our arms, and the shoulders do go this way, okay, and then the hands do this, and the other, I don't actually see it, and then just the legs real quick, like, and then the other one we can't see fully either, but it should be something like this. I think, was that 30 seconds? Probably a little more, but here goes the gesture. That's how I draw gestures. Everything I studied from Proko, and yeah, it's time to revisit his video on it, just so I can see if there's anything I should consider more or do differently, but I do have the feel that at least I understand the notion of what gesture is and how to capture it. So yeah, that's about the gesture, and just for fun, we're going to take the gesture of our Vespa as well, which is kind of just this line and slightly skewed like this, slightly tilted. There you go. That's the gesture and the bare bone sketch of this picture. Now what? Perspective. Where is our ground? Kinda. There is the. No, we are straight. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. This is our ground level, maybe a little higher. Okay, ground here, and the thing that confused me was the walls or the houses. That house being not straight, like not one point perspective facing us directly, but sideways like this. And I don't exactly know how you draw that. Well, I think it starts here and then it goes this way, right? Because, yeah, that's the part I don't understand whenever you have a house. I just have to think of a big box, like the house would, up there it will go down, and then, yeah, I think it's something like that. You know what I mean? Like the house is, it goes, like, at this point it is lower, and then at the right side it is higher up in the perspective. You're standing slightly from the side. I don't know, this is still very complex, but I think that's how you would draw it. Okay, and then let's get to the details. First details, well, it's not details yet. Construction, actual construction, from gesture to construction. The head is somewhere there is where the Vespa starts. And the feet is just going to push on that hind part, which I think that is where this part right here, you know, where the foot is leaning against, and then, well, it's higher than that because we have our sitting part here. So like, here's the seat. Thing is about the seats, yeah, I was wrong about something. The horizon line is definitely up there. Okay, first mistake I did. That's where the horizon line is. Now what does that mean? It means that the house is going far below. Well, obviously, because we're not at the height of the house. Okay, I'm dumb. Yeah, I get that. It makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. I'm pretty sure it doesn't make sense to anyone who could be watching this. But it makes sense to me. It's my studies. That's our height, our eye line. Even higher, actually. I think it's even like towards the shoulders. Because we are seeing the saddle of the Vespa, like we're seeing this upper plane right there, the up plane. If it was above the horizon line, as I thought it would be before, you wouldn't see this top part. And since you do, it must be higher. You know, that's the conclusion. So yeah, anyways, it sounds complex, but I got it. I figured it out. Okay, and let's just continue. So that's where the seat is, and then the Vespa takes kind of like this shape. Okay, now that I've positioned it, let's measure how far it will go. Basically, we have this plane here that, since the knee just kind of touches it, we will place it around here, and then that plane is like somewhat foreshortened because we're not looking directly at it. It is turned away from us. What determines, again, if it's not, something's foreshortened when it's not parallel to your face. So my face, like all that's facing front, is parallel to my face. I don't know. It gets complex. Perspective is complex, but I'm trying to actively remember things that hopefully in the future will be subconscious, you know, and I don't have to bring them up anymore and just draw it in my head. So yeah, it's more like this, the upper part there, and then we have this. Okay, this is kind of, that's the plane here, and we have this middle. Oh, that's a detail. Shouldn't have done that. We have something protruding out right there, and then how far down will the wheel go? Will it at least towards there, I would say. Okay. That's weird. Why do we see more of the tire? Why do we see more of the tire at the front and less of it at the back? Because it is not facing us. It is, isn't it like cylinders? Let's imagine it was a cylinder. Let's go back to our basic shapes. A cylinder, when you face it straight away, when you face it, what's it called? I mean, when you face it straight ahead, looks like this, a cylinder, okay? And you don't, well, that's not straight ahead because we do see part of the circle there. Straight ahead is when you really have a straight horizontal line. No, that's a vertical line. I'm sorry I'm messing these things up so much. Hope I'm going to get better with the terms as well in the future. But yeah, this is facing a cylinder straight ahead. This one is slightly turned, just like that house in the picture, just like that house. So if we do the same with a cube now, just for me to, you know, I don't know how to say, just to burn these things into my subconsciousness, so I never have to think about them again. Whenever we slightly turn that cube, just like we do the cylinder, it's going to look like this. Okay, and now, well, it doesn't explain to me why we would see less of the hind part than we do of the front part. Is it because, well, if we're looking straight at a circle, that's a circle. I mean, that's a sphere now. If we're looking straight at it, you don't see the planes of the ellipses exactly. That's a sphere. That's a sphere. Let's stick with 2D circles. So this one, I think it has to do with the minor axis. So this one has a minor axis that goes straight through it. And now the Vespa in the picture has this minor axis because it is not looking straight towards us. Let's do this one again. Ellipses are very tricky. They seem so simple, but they're so tricky. Again, like this is the major axis. It's tilted. Again, and this is the major axis. This is where it's the biggest. Let's draw some points across. Okay, more like this. Here's the front part, and of the back part we see barely anything. It makes sense, but I can't explain theoretically why exactly that is the case. Why exactly is that the case? Well, it's turning away from you. It just is like that. It just is a given logical thing about perspective. Once the wheel turns more towards you, the foreshortening will increase, and you will see more of the front part and actually nothing of the hind part anymore. That's just how things are. Yeah, it makes total sense. And once we look at it completely from the side, profile view, we're going to have, as we always draw wheels, all of the tire, the gum, or whatever that's called, the black part, we're going to have it equally on every side. But once we turn it, we're going to see more of the front part and less, constantly less of the hind part. Let's do it with on the other side, turning it around. So yeah, major axis, minor axis. And now we're seeing the front part and none of that back part really. I wouldn't draw any of it in this case. Wow, man, how hard those wheels truly are. It's surprising. But yeah, now it makes sense. I can see the wheel. So, yeah, see, I've done that wrong now that I've studied them. The wheel is very wrong. Like, the minor axis is kind of like this in this ellipse, while in the picture it is clearly this way around. This is where the ellipse has, has the shortest distance from left to right. Diagonal line is the shortest. This is very wrong right there. I've done a big mistake. Oh, shoot. It's much more like this. Even more so. It really protrudes out there. And it's tilted. And that's the minor axis. This is the middle of it. And that's how much it turns. And the more we decrease the size of this minor axis, the more it is foreshortened and turned against us. So if I take that same wheel again and I decrease this narrow part more and more, well, it goes like this. You can see how the wheel is turning, see? Turning towards us. You're seeing less of it, and more of the, what's all the words again? You have the tire, you have the wheel, and you have the rims. That's what they're called. Yeah, the rims. Okay. How's my laptop doing? Not even that hot. I'm glad. Good. Good thing. So yeah, this one's terribly wrong, but I figured it out. That's great. It's great. And here we'll now add the wheel itself. It should be much thinner towards this side. Now, since this is below the horizon line, we're not going to see any of the parts down below. Let's give it some shading, just to add clarity in the way that this is covering the wheel halfway. Give it some structure back. This is the part that sticks out, with the middle here, the middle line here, and the middle line here. This is the middle line of our things. Okay, and we also have this light right there. Okay. Handle, or whatever it's called. This too has an ellipse to it. So, better make it right. The light there. Well, before I do that, let's take the time to figure out the perspective our Vespa is in, because it's a perspective on its own. Put this inside a box, and it's that part, you see. So yeah, I would say we make this line less steep. Yeah, more like this. Even less. So the wheel, now let's keep in mind our minor axis. This wheel is going down like that. And then, go on. Yeah, I'm much happier with this ellipse right there. And then our wheel goes down this way. Add some volume. Right. Right. This one's much more controlled and like I know what I'm doing, you see. It's so cool. Now going down, adding the rest of our Vespa. Okay. Well, the seat goes out to about this. Looks like a steak somewhat, you know, the shape of it. Alright. And then finishing up the construction sketch. Here we have a plane of which we see the top part, not the bottom part. Below there, we see above it. I don't see what that is exactly, a sort of rug. Okay, this goes higher up. And the rug follows what perspective? It follows this one here, because it's aligned to it. So if this, well, naturally the rug will then go like this if there's perspective, if the vanishing point was close, which it isn't, so it's barely going to change. I'm just going to guesstimate where that rug ends up. Like this, I guess. And then we have a step here too. Okay, yeah, we kinda got it. What's that thing in the middle? Some buttons. Okay, buttons. What's their minor axis? Well, first of all, let's get the shape a little more. Oh, correct. There we go. Okay. Now to the steering thing. It doesn't follow our vanishing point up there because it is slightly rotated, which means if we had to draw it in a box, it would go like this. This is the box, so it's contained within that box. This is where the light starts. Now, how, like, the minor axis is slightly like this. Yeah. And then we have this part here that we can see pretty well. And then the light's going, finding its middle point around there. And most of this part here is that what you call foreshortened? Is that foreshortened or what? And I think that's the brakes, isn't it? The brake handles. Why is the minor axis going this direction? Why is it? I don't know. I don't know. Alright. The very necessary marking. somewhere that says Vespa. It's very important. Yeah. I think we got the Vespa down. At least the very basic parts of it. Cool, look at that. My first ever any sort of, like motorcycle. It's not really a motorcycle for that matter, but you know what I mean? Like two wheels stuff. I think it's one of the first times I'm actually drawing them and then even kind of understanding how to draw them and what I'm doing. And also what's so interesting now is I have the impression that our steering wheel right there is turned downwards, goes down this way, because the minor axis is more like this. See that? I was going for that one, but I missed it, and the minor axis is now more like this. And just because of that one slight change, it looks like the light is pointing downwards instead of, well, straight ahead. As you can see it in the. I'm just looking at the stream right now, and you can see it very well in my opinion how this is looking entirely different. We see more of the top part, I feel, and it's generally smaller than on the picture. So I didn't do that well at all. But that's okay. That is okay. All right. Give it some cross contour lines just so it's more clear what we're talking about. Now the gesture or figure drawing. Onwards to figure drawing. Finish it up. So, of the head we have, if we put it into perspective, we have this stout part here, and then, well, it's definitely rectangle, Hercules head, and this is where the hair should be. And this is where the funny mouth is going to be. Okay, and before I get into any details, let's go further down. The chest, neck. Now, what is that line exactly? The neck, the shoulder line. Can't tell. I think I will make it like that. Should I? This arm basically has some sort of C curve because it flows into the hand right there, which takes this thumb, and the thumb goes all the way here, and then you have the rest of the hand doing this gesture here, going down. So I'm too lazy to move the reference now, but you get the picture. It's about the gesture anyways. I need to learn gesture the most. For now anyways. The hands are big, very big. But it's okay. But yeah, this is about the gesture. And yeah, I think I would keep it this way, where we have a kind of heightened position on his right. Then, well, the chest seems very straight. It's probably twisted a slight bit, just as I've talked about it before. So you have the hip part, which goes like this, or does it? Doesn't really seem twisted though. Oh man, this is difficult to figure out. Okay, first of all, we're below the horizon line, so we are not going to have this. Oh, I can never memorize it. It's either convex or concave. I think this is concave, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, we have this shape here still, because, you know, perspective-wise, we're seeing the top part of the ellipse. And now, will we have a twist or not? That's the question, the burning one. Well, for the sake of my own simplicity and not having the skills needed, I will not draw a twist. It's kind of funny, I love these shoes, or, I mean, I love them. It's to say that they're just so authentic, because even at my own school, a high school back then, the popular kids would all wear these until, like, even if they were completely ripped and broken, they'd still wear these shoes. Completely uncomfortable, and shoes I never understood when I was still 18. Those aren't about being comfortable. It was all about their style. Okay, way too short of a knee. But it's also foreshortened, so it's fine. But it's still very short. No, I did it wrong again. This way. This way. Oh, shit. Fuck. This confuses me. No, it should go this. Okay. And, well, this leg should be a little easier, because it just... We're back to contour drawing, which is... I understood how you want to generally avoid that. Just drawing contours mindlessly. Trying to get them right without understanding the fundamentals behind it. But yeah, this is about finishing that sketch. Have a look at that. Sweats are hanging around his neck. It's just on the horizon line there, so it's kind of straight. And we do this. Okay. Still love those hands. They're so big. But in themselves, not too badly drawn. because I understood the gesture behind it. This and this. In fact, let's emphasize that. And now the head, the sensitive part. I like that nose. It's so clear how to draw it. Although I'm not sure about the perspective. I like the leading, the vanishing points of it. I like the middle line is here, and these are the other lines. And the nose should be parallel to these ones. So actually, it's more like this, or nose. So yeah, that's kind of his nose. A very understandable nose. One that's easy to understand. And then sunglasses. A little higher than that, and then the Italian hair. Idolo di Porto Rosso in arrivo, he said. Was that his first line? I think it was. It says a whole lot about his character. I like that. Really well made slice of life film from Pixar that I really, as I said, started to appreciate in the second watch through. Now onto the mouth. That one's going to be a challenge. I don't really know how to go about it. Let's take that dark part. I'm just going to draw the contour of it. I don't really understand however it works. Yeah, you can see that in my drawing, how I do not understand it well enough to make it a good looking mouth. I'm just drawing what I see, not drawing what I know. So I'm guessing in the dark, you know. Okay, and then this whole down part right there with its apple thing, and the neck. Give this one some more volume. Sweater. Okay, that's about it. Oh my god, it took way longer than I imagined. But here we are. How does it look on the stream? I can judge it better from, like, you know, with this far away view. The head's a little big, the hand is enormous, the legs are small, the light really annoys me, and the wheels are generally messed up, even though the second one I kinda understood what I was doing compared to the first one. But I think overall, as a start, it was also, I think, just great practice. It included all of the perspective issues and questions that I have. Still don't know too much, you know, too well about the houses there. Like, this is the walls that go up in the back. Also, let's just for fun give this give that sweater its color. And yeah, no twisting in this shape for now. But what I can do, just for experimental and fun purposes is extracting the robo-bean of this gesture to see if I can figure it out. But yeah, here we are with an Ercole and General Luca introduction into our live stream today. It's been an hour already, where 45 minutes probably in total spent drawing. What now? I forgot what I planned to do. The robo-bean. Okay. To see if I can incorporate the twisting. So, the robo-bean is all about figuring out the two spheres. This is the hip sphere. This is the chest. So first of all the tilt. I think I figured it out. I think I figured it out. We have a tilt this way. And this one here, the hip, has the opposite curve of the chest. And so, as a consequence, we have twisting. We see this, I think. And it's true in the drawing. You see a slight, it's not that exaggerated actually. I think I might just see it in my head. But I frantically want to understand the twisting and get the advanced concepts. So I think I'm on a good track. That's the hip. That's the hip. Well, yeah, it's much more pronounced in my case here. That's the fly, or whatever it's called. Pan's fly. And this is our chest twisting. The arms. This is a very strong twist. But it is a twist, and it is what I still believe to see in this gesture, even though it's very minute. Very, very minute. Let's make this simpler. 2 circles, tilted, and then we have this and that, and with our robo-bean shape, we are just filling it in. And how do I draw the twist? Oh, fuck. How do I draw a robo-bean twist like this? This one goes, wraps around in front, and I'm confusing this one. We have no, not getting it. Not getting it. Okay, let's take back our notes. Did I do any notes on tilting? Twisting. Here are the twisting notes, but that's not enough. Tilt or lean is what I've done already. Tilting and leaning. I've considered that one. But not the twist. Twist is always S curves. Yeah, right. Okay, forgot about this one. Tilt or lean is always C curves, which we've done here. C curve. Remember the very first C curve I did in the very start of the stream. You can go back and watch it. Or I can go back just for me to remember that I did it and that I did it right and I'm happy about that. The C curve, the very beginning. No twist, just leaning and tilting. If I did, like, right here, including the twist, I would have had an S-curve right from the start, as I do in this RoboBeam case. So don't forget that next time. Deliberately choose if I take a C-curve or an S-curve, because an S-curve is going to imply a twist. Or the other way around, if I want to have a twist, then I will have to go for the C-curve, the S-curve in this case. Oh my god, I'm so confusing. But yeah, I don't have too many notes about the twisting. I have the twist mentioned in here, but yeah, it's just about how to identify the bean in general. The tilt, the lean, twist, and foreshortening. Did I think about foreshortening? No, I did not. Tilt and lean I get, but those two I will hopefully have more in mind next time. Okay. Alright, first hour down. While we're at it, let's type in twist. Twisted shape, drawing. Try to see if I can memorize it better or learn it better. I don't know. We'll see if this picture can help. We will take a screenshot. Okay. What we're going to do first is identify the S shapes in there. Let's take this very twisted one high up there and draw it. Yeah, draw it. So, S-curve. Well, what I see, maybe that's the S-curve, isn't it? We have I'm not sure if I'm understanding this enough to be able to take something out from drawing these shapes and not just mindlessly draw their contours. Where is the S shape in this? How do you simplify such a sketch? Let's try and think in, again, a sock terms. We have a slight lean and tilt. Foreshorten is there any well, and this is foreshortened, this is not foreshortened, this is not foreshortened, this one's foreshortened. I mean, I don't know, that doesn't help me out anyway, but yeah, just to have thought about this one too. We have two circles, and this one wraps around to the left. Yep. While this one just passively reacts to it. So we have our sock, we imagine our sock, and it makes sense to me now that if this is our sock, basically, it makes sense to me that if we turn it, we take this part and we push it like over here and it overlaps this part here. Makes sense to me. By pushing it, I see where that drawing is coming from. Yeah, I only have to imagine the sock well enough in the two circles, and I might be able to do a twist without referencing. This one's trickier, the one above there, because we basically have, let's do the base shape first. A 30-degree rotated box. Okay, and then now we twisted towards this direction, which means that part here will go this way. Let's try and really make it figure it out through imagination. We're pushing it this way, so we oh, I'm already struggling. Nah, I'm confused. Draw it again. By twisting to the right. This one goes like this. I can't figure it out. It's frustrating. I really need to study twisting. Ah, fuck. Okay. Yeah, let's use the reference this time. I was not able to make it on my own, I'm sorry. Just for my brain, in order to make it subconsciously next time, this is no rotation, and this is a little bit of a rotation, as we see in the reference. Just for me to note. This one goes there, this one goes there. Okay. Well, I mean, it is a little more rotated in the picture, but you get the idea. Okay. Draw the base box again, the basic one. And the only part I understand, which is the twisted part. And then we have one that is beneath and one above. This one's above. Yeah, well, no, I can't rationally. I mean, look at my drawing. It doesn't even look convincing in my drawing. Funny enough. It's really hard to show. I wasn't thinking of the two circles as well. Let's try and have my two circles. This is our normal sock wrapped around it. And now we twist this direction, so we have Is that right? Yeah, it looks twisted. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that video again. I'm not gonna do it in the live stream. But note to myself, watch Proco, or anyone, but especially Proco, on twisting. And it's important. Okay. Here we go. One page filled up. Just this little space right here to do just some funny sketch in there now. Enough studies or warm-ups or whatever you want to call them. What we're going to do is... Oh, I had one more viewer apparently who even sticked around for like 20 seconds. That's kind of cool. What I'm going to draw. How about the cat from Luca? Mucho Luca. Or however he was called again, I don't know anymore. Cat Luca. Yeah, here you go. It's interesting shapes. Machiavelli. Yeah, I forgot about it. Machiavelli. No, non farlo. Non farlo, Machiavelli. Machiavelli fa solo male ai suoi amici. Machiavelli fa solo male ai suoi amici. È inammissibile. Trying to figure out how they simplified the cat. Because it's interesting, if you consider their muzzles, like the base shape of a cat is like this, with the cheekbones here, the nose here, like this is the muzzle, and then we have all the ears. You know, looking at it from above, we have the ears this way and everything. Okay, and with Machiavelli, they did it the other way around. You have, looking at it from above, you have, okay, this looks very sussy now, but we have the triangle, well, inverted. Here's the nose. The eyes are placed here, I guess, I don't know. And as I said, the head grows bigger towards the bottom, and then smaller cat's ears, and then he has that funny mustache sort of thing. Yep. So, thing to note, inverted shapes when it comes to Machiavelli. And yeah, I'm going to draw the two eyes. It's really not that easy to nail those expressions. Not as easy as it might seem. So straight up looking face, our triangle inverted, and funny hair. This is where the ears are going to be. Wait, let's draw them right away. Ears. Okay. And also I will increase the focal This is going to be more of a wide angle now, just so you can see more of the paper here. You can see all of it. Okay. Looks better on the stream if I do it. Well, the problem is I can because I'm left-handed. So my phone has to be on this side here. Okay, looks better. Composition in the art live stream. It's kind of okay. Anyways, yep, I would say that's a little better. Is the audio still working? Because the battery of my receiver is nearly empty. And then instead of other cats having it go this way, you know, cheeks inside and then the muzzle in the middle, we are simply and then very flat towards the very bottom. This should be kind of straight because it's horizontal. It's our eye line. I mean, that's a scheme you see quite often when it comes to like chibi drawings and cuter baby heads, where these like lower cheek parts are extending and round. Same for Machiavelli. Now the eyes. Oh, first of all, let's draw the head again. Same way. A little faster this time, maybe. Would be nice if I was faster. Feels much more rectangular. Second one. Well, the hair should be a little higher up. Okay, feels more baby-like somewhat. I don't know. And now the eyes. I'm not happy about this second one. Anyways. Well, before I do the eyes, let's make them very last. One thing I'm seeing is the ears kind of form, and the nose is somewhere there, high up. Maybe not this high up. And eyes are right there. Here go the eyes. Behold. Okay. Second time. It has to be perfect circles in order for it not to suggest perspective, which it does on the left, especially because this one is slightly, like the minor axis is tilted and not straight as it should be, right, like in there. So my fault, my mistake. Have to keep it in mind for next time. Whatever that is, I don't know what's it called. Cheekbone, maybe. I don't know. Cheekbone is on the side. I don't know what that is. But yeah, and then we have the funny mustache. Oops. All right. Kind of made him look like a girl. Let's hope for the best. Oh my god, eyes are so crucial. Like any slightest millimeter off makes the character look completely different. Looks slightly dumber and much less attentive. That's the thing with drawing. You can get so about the details and every single line making an impact, and so you're filled with anxiety about, well, basically how any stroke could mess up your drawing in just one go. Like this, you know, the eyes are, he looks much less like derpy, somewhat dumb in my drawing, compared to fully awake and attentive in the picture. Well, that was an artist who knows what he's doing. Also, I would note that the eyes always, let's destroy this a little bit, it's not a problem. The eyes follow kind of this shape here, this line here. And what I need to note for next time is watch the minor axis. It is so crucial, and I'm only now slowly understanding that. Especially when it comes to eyes. Alright. Yep, so I don't know what I should. It is soon gonna be 1 a.m. and I've filled a page and I've done a live stream for 1 hour, like 10 minutes. I would like to do more, but my audio is probably gonna cut off at some point. And I would much rather do the stream more often than once and then like 4 or 5 hours straight. So I'll leave it there. 118. Is it really 118? 15, 16, 17, 18. Today we are now the 13th of October. Well, I don't need to add. There we go. Only 2 more months until we're at the end of 2021. This fucking pen is probably going to survive the whole rest of the year because it just won't go empty. And I am going to be empty soon in terms of energy, let's say, right? Anyways, I have dropped frames. I have 1,983 dropped frames, which is 1% of the stream. Okay. Streams seem to be good, technically. Yeah, I guess I will just have a look at the stream after the stream and conclude how it was in the end. We'll see each other again sometime very soon, hopefully, and I'm excited to make this a little more recurring thing and maybe have some people coming by also. Yeah, this was fun. Let's blow this fully up so you can see everything. This was fun. I had fun. I'm glad I did this, and we're going to continue. How is my laptop doing? Yeah, it is pretty hot now, but not excruciatingly hot, so it's cool. That's an apple. That's the power for my camera, and I'm now going to shut it off. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let's see you again sometime very soon.